Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening. All my donation information can be found at the top of the chat and within the body of the video and the information and within the chat itself. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical or legal questions. Hey Kendra girl, how are you doing, love? Good to see you. How are you today? Why did I think today was Tuesday? Oh my gosh, it is Wednesday already. I should know that. I should know I have somewhere to go later on. That's why I'm on earlier than normal. I have my class later on tonight. All right, girl. For sure. Thank you so much. Whoa! Just totally didn't drop my phone. So if you are returning, just like Kendra, welcome back. Good to see you. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for your subscription. As I mentioned earlier, I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. I have a variety of different readings to offer. For 2 questions. You got it, Kendra. Oh no. You got it, love. And we just received it. Thank you so much, Kendra. Please go ahead and post your first question right there in the chat. Thank you. What are Tyrell's thoughts and potential actions towards me? Did you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread, Kendra? Or just his thoughts and potential actions? Also, what is Tyrell's sign? And by the way, today we are using the RuPaul's Drag Race Fortune Queens Volume 1 deck by Wanyo Cristiani, available on Etsy. I believe it's still available. I was just wondering if you wanted to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread, where I get all 3, and then I get your general energies towards the connection, and then his general energies, and then could I also, do you know his sign by any chance? Okay. Okay, so he's either a Taurus or a Gemini. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current... What is this? Candle wax. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tyrell's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kendra? And we just received another donation from Miss Marissa. Thank you so much, Marissa, for your donation. Let me quickly go ahead and add you to the queue before we get into Kendra's reading here. Here. We have more room. These cards are huge. Okay. We have 6 of Wands, the Star, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and Knight of Swords. Holy moly guacamole, Kendra. This is presumably good. I don't know what you want the end result to be here. Is this the fellow from your work? Because he showed up in your general reading yesterday. I picked up on that there was a new fella, and specifically that he was within the work realm. Is this that guy? Girl, let's start with your general energies. We have the Six of Wands. It is, yeah. So your general energies, we have towards the situation, we have the Six of Wands. You feel that you're definitely attracted to him. You definitely hold a torch for him, as he does for you, and I will get to that in a moment. And that's part of the Six of Wands too. The sixes are about balance, and I think you have a good feeling about this in terms of this not being unrequited, him not having similar affections for you. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you have every reason to be confident because he's probably shown it in his actions, in his words, in his energies. A girl can pick up on that. Guys can pick up on that. People can pick up on that, you know. And his general energies, we have the Knight of Swords. I think he's a Gemini. I don't think he's a Taurus. Not to say that Taurus doesn't. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Taurus court card, but especially with this being his general energy, you are racing through his mind. Like, I would be hard pressed to think that he wasn't like thinking about you right now. I'm not saying he's like obsessed with you in an unhealthy way, but he's definitely got a fat crush on you, for sure. And I am just getting more air energy from him. I normally don't try to predict astrological signs, but the energy, yeah, you feel it too, huh? And I'll keep it real. Actually, Aries and Gemini get along really, really well. Fire and air, air and air, fire and fire get along. And like I said, I'm not saying that you don't get along with Tauruses either. Aries and Taurus do great too, but Aries and Gemini do very well together. His thoughts towards you, we have the Star. Notice how she's a very beautiful naked lady. Do not take that lightly. That there's something very literal there. Like, he would like to see you naked. Like, it's not just physical. It's not just physical. I know we're not seeing cups here, but you guys haven't started dating yet. We don't know. But he's very attracted to you, and he sees your light. I've been reading about light all day today because of my class. My Jewish class tonight. We're talking about Hanukkah, and there's a beautiful quote. If I had my book near me, I'd read it to you. But it's I'm gonna read it to you real quick. Give me a sec. It's literally like, I say this shit all the time especially when I'm talking about the Star card and why I read tarot. Light itself creates shadows, yet we are not to despair or believe that darkness will overwhelm the light. Instead, we light the Hanukkah candles to remember the miracle that even a small light can illuminate a vast darkness. The light represents the holiness that lies within each of us. He sees your holiness. He sees your light. You know? And it's also representative of hope, too. It's also representative of hope. Like, I got a good feeling. He's got a good feeling about this, as I think you do, too. Yeah, that's really what I'm getting with this. And there's, the Star is also about healing, sharing. I don't get healing by it. I don't feel like he's the kind of guy that needs to heal. I'm not getting like a broken guy at all from him, or that he would be using you to heal or move on. That's not the energy I get from the Star card here at all. And this is my favorite card, right? I get more like really hopeful, like a good feeling about the potential between the two of you. His feelings, we have the Ace of Wands. First card in the Minor Arcana. It's the beginning. It's also attraction. Wands. It's also a very phallic card, not to mention this guy's Pinocchio nose. I think that's milk, right? Yeah, he feels that you guys would have a really good start, that you have potential to be a good partnership. Or at least the start of getting to know one another better in a more intimate, romantic manner. His intentions towards you, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This represents two things. It represents determination. I do think he wants to take action here. We have both the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. These are both cards of action. But it also, not to end things on a bummer note, but with all this goodness, it's really not, it really outweighs, it doesn't outweigh the good. The only bummer is it does represent the real external factor of the fact that the two of you work together. It's tough. It's tough to initiate a relationship with someone who you work with nowadays. It used to be how people met each other. I think that I might have gone on a rant about that yesterday too. It used to be the norm, like with how people would meet each other romantically. And now there's just much more stringent sexual harassment laws, dating laws within workplaces, and then the very real, you know, the reality that it can be overwhelming to date someone who you work with because you already spend a lot of time at work, and then you have your time, your alone time. I don't know about you, but I like my alone time with my partner. I don't like it to be, I don't want to have 100% time with my partner. Even though I don't have one, even when I have had partners, that's, work was like a separation from them, you know. But it's also tempting and hard not to fall for people who we work with because we spend so much time with them when we do get to know them, you know. Yeah, I'm hesitant about being coworkers, but also he has 2 kids. You mentioned that too. He has 2 kids. That is also a potential obstacle. Although I'm not seeing the Emperor card here. I'm not seeing like the reversed Emperor. Like that doesn't seem to be much of a concern for him. So I don't know if he's just got a very healthy situation going on with his kids. He's got it on lockdown and he's healed. Like I said, that Star card isn't showing me someone who needs to be healed or is looking to be healed. I think it's more, yeah, he's got 2 kids, and that is kind of it's not a deal breaker. But it's a big one for me. It's not super ideal. I already don't have kids of my own. And I've dated someone with kids, and it can be very nice, but it can also be really difficult. It's a lot to take on. You love someone, you inherently kind of love their kids. You have to. They're an extension of them. And it sounds like he's got it on lockdown. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since him and the baby mama broke up. Maybe they have a good co-parenting situation. Sounds like they do, because I'm not seeing as an obstacle. Sounds like he's a good father and he's got that on lockdown. So it's more so an issue for me than him. I think so. Doesn't seem to be an issue. I'm not. I mean, we could ask. I don't know what your next question is, but it didn't show up as an issue of his. Although I didn't ask what his issues were, but normally when I pull both, you know, thoughts, feelings, and intentions and energies, if someone has an issue, there is something holding them back, it usually comes up. You know what I mean? And I just didn't see anything there or pick up on anything with that. He has full. I was just gonna ask what his custody percentage is. He has full custody, and they see her a few weekends a month. Okay, so I hate to put it this way, but obviously something happened there. It's almost always, default almost always goes to mom in terms of custody, unless he just made way, even then, even if he made just much more money than her, there's usually a reason if they give full custody to the father. And, excuse me, I certainly don't feel any ties to at least not romantic ties at all, to the mother of his child. Yeah, or possibly mentally ill. Possibly both, but it usually takes more than just toxicity, is what I'm saying. She could be toxic, but it usually takes more than just toxicity for a mother to not get predominant custody. To get that little custody usually is indicative of something not well with her. I'm debating my next question now. Take your time. You're good. Yeah, food for thought. Food for thought there. Because I don't know everything about custody law, but just knowing the single parents I've known and observations I've made when a mother hasn't gotten full custody, it's usually for a reason, either drug use, alcoholism, abuse, general insanity, or mild insanity. You never know. So, yeah, definitely no love lost between those two. I think he had to step in. Which isn't to say that he's not looking for a mommy figure too. You know, it sounds like he's got this down, but like I said, when you're with someone, I don't know if you've ever dated someone with kids, you gotta love their kids too, even if you don't. It sucks. Most of the time you do, though. I wasn't sure if I should ask, will he make a romantic move, or should I ask, what does he find attractive? Or should I ask, you said? Oh, the question I suggested was, does he have an issue with the fact that does he have an issue with the fact that he's a father? I don't know, love. What would you like? I don't know what would be best. Asking what people find attractive about you is, I'm going to keep it real, it can often be disappointing. Sometimes it can often be flattering because they obviously find you attractive, but sometimes it's just not, like, they'll like things about us that we may not like about ourselves, and it's like, wait, that, that's what they like about me. And I don't want you to get it twisted or anything. I just know that when I've done those readings for people, it can result in some awkward answers. That's all. Will he make a romantic move? That's a good question. The question I suggested, does he have a problem? Does he think the fact that he has kids could be a problem here? You have your stipulations. Now I wonder if he has any. I don't think he does, but let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell see the fact that he's a single father as an issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell see the fact that he's a single father as a potential issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell see the fact that he's a father as a potential issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell see the fact that he's a father as a potential issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is the fact that Tyrell is a father, does he think that could be a potential issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. The fact that Tyrell's a single dad, does he think that could be an issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell think the fact that he's a single father could be an issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell think the fact that he's a single father could be a potential issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell think the fact that he's a single father could be an issue between him and Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does Tyrell think the fact that he's a single father could be an issue between him and Kendra? Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, and Queen of Pentacles. It's shit, girl. It's precisely, I said, I didn't have one clear-cut answer, but are you seeing what I'm seeing? I had a few different ideas as to why he thought it wouldn't be an issue. One of them was this. Do you see these two mommy cards here? Yeah, he's got it on lockdown, but he would like what parent wouldn't like an extra pair of hands? And he sees how good you are with the kids. He's cut her out of his life with this Queen of Swords reversed because he had to do what was right. It's over. That's come to a close. But he ain't worried about it, girl. He's not worried. This is not he thinks this is like there's no way he's gonna not have his kids. So he can't worry. Like, either you're going to be a potential mother figure to him, to his kids, not to him. He doesn't need mothering, which is the good news. But his kids need a mom. They don't have it. They can't get that a couple weekends a month. And if she's as toxic and unwell as it sounds like she is, he's definitely looking for a mother for his kids, especially this Queen of Pentacles. You're the queen. He's also looking for a queen of his heart. This Queen of Cups is the queen of his heart. Yes, he is looking for a partner, a romantic partner. But the Queen of Pentacles, look at this little bunny next to her feet. She's the fertile queen. She's out of the four queens, she's the mommy.
So definitely not the Queen of Swords. And like I said, and like you can see, he cut her out. But he ain't worried about it at all. Nine of Swords upright is anxiety and worries. Quite the opposite. So, I mean, they are part of him. They're never going to leave. Either the woman he's with is going to love him and them, or no, it's not so much that he's an opportunity. No, he's not. And I said that earlier too. It's not that he's using someone. We would all like an extra pair of hands, and he also wants a mother for his children. But he's also looking for a romantic female partner. He also wants you to be his Queen of Cups. You saw that, right? Right in the center. That's you and him. That's who you are to him. But he's also looking for a figure for his kids. He also is, and possibly maybe more kids. He likes kids. He works with them. He has them, you know, and he sees how good you are with them. Not his, you haven't met them, but with the kids y'all at your work. He's observed this. He's been watching, and I think that's part of why he's attracted. Of course, it's not the only thing, but I'm sure that would come up if we had asked. You know what? Hi, Marissa. I'm still finishing. Kendra, did you say that did you want to send another another donation for another reading, Kendra? Unless Kendra sends for another reading, you will be next. I'm just concluding Kendra's reading. I don't know if I should be flattered or worried. I mean, he can't force you into anything, Kendra. It's more, yeah, I wanted to send for a third. Yeah, no problem then. No problem. Everyone gets up to 20 cards per turn. So, Marissa, I'm going to do another mini reading for Kendra, and then you will be after her. Thank you. Or if you can't wait, Marissa, you can always donate $5 and skip the line. But that's entirely up to you. But yeah, it's not so. I don't see this as him being an opportunist. He's not like on the hunt. It's more he observed. He knows what he wants. He wants both a love and he wants someone for his kiddos. Real mom's just not doing it. The meager amount of time she does have with them, he's worried sick. It's not good for them to be around her, quite frankly. It's kind of just very placating, the time she has with them, and it may even be monitored. So they really do need a female figure. And the way he sees it is this. He can't force you into anything, but it is what it is. I think he's seeing it more as like it is what it is. Either she's going to love me and love me with my kids, because when you love someone, like I said, you've got to kind of love their kids by extension. Or if kids is a deal breaker, then it just isn't meant to be, but it's conditional for him. Thank you very much, Kendra. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. It is conditional for him with whomever he dates, and that I get. He's not doing what I see a lot of single parents do, where they are like out on the hunt. He's not on the hunt. He's not on the hunt, but he knows that he wants love. He knows he's ready, and that love should be a part of his family. You know, does he have two sons? Because I get really heavy like male energy. I could be wrong. But if we were to get together, how would the relationship? It is two boys. I got that vibe. That's a handful too. That's a handful. They're very sweet and cute. Aw, that's good. And that's unfair for me to say. Not all little boys are handfuls. Some of them are quite. When I was an au pair, I did have a girl-only rule, which isn't very nice, but some dudes can just be very out of control. But they sound like little sweeties. I'm sure he's got them in line. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship be if Kendra and Tyrell were to date? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how would the relationship go if Kendra were to date Tyrell? Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Sun reversed, King of Cups reversed, Knight of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands reversed. I don't know, girl. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Maybe he's not as healed as we thought he is. This King of Cups reversed in the center is yeah, it's making me second guess things as to whether he is on the hunt or not. And it's also making me second guess whether he really is genuinely healed and over his ex, or if he's just not able to be alone. But he's not balanced. This is a man who is not balanced. Was it? No, that was Felicia. I brought up the King of Cups yesterday. Yeah, when the tide gets high, he does not react very well. I don't know if it's severe depression or anxiety or what. I think it's more depression with the Sun reversed. This is telling me that like he's very prone to not tantrums, but there's a lot you're not seeing. He's a Gemini, girl. He's got to be a Gemini. There's a whole, I mean, of course, there's a whole other side of us, multiple sides of us that we don't see of others, but you know how Geminis can be. No offense to my Geminis out there, much love to you. You know, I love y'all. I do, I love Geminis. I'm part Gemini. And I know how we can, I'm a Gemini moon, and I'm very multifaceted, especially, and people have even told me, like, the way I behave in one environment is, like, almost a completely different person in another environment. That's what's going on here, is what you see at work with this Knight of Pentacles is the best of him, which can be good, but that leaves the imagination to think what else is going on, you know. I don't think he's abusive. He can be potentially manipulative with this King of Cups reversed, but I think that lies more with him wanting. It's not that he wants to have a love and a mother for his child, but it's the fact that he's not even concerned that may be a deal breaker for you. You're a very young lady without kids of your own. Why is that not even crossing his mind? I love Geminis, but they are sneaky. They do, girl. They do. They love playing games. Yeah, because I feel he's hiding. Yeah, I do too. There's something he's concealing, and that's also the Sun reverse. There's something that he's concealing. I do question how well he would ultimately treat you with the Queen of Wands reversed. And he's already cultivated his family and his home the way that he wants it. I don't think he's open to another woman, like, kind of making things her own, too, if you were to take on that role. He's got a lot of really strict boundaries. He likes things his way. Yeah, like, I'm young, hot, no kids. What I look like being a part-time stepmom. Yeah, when I was a part-time stepmom, it was, let's just say that I did my best to avoid, like, my kids, or my stepkids' friends. Oh, she's so hot. Your stepmom's hella hot. She's not my stepmom. Shut up. Like, your mom's hella hot. Like, oh my god. Like, yeah. It's not. It can be. I mean, I loved 2 of those kids. Didn't love all of them. But I really got along with them, and I really adored them. Probably a little bit more than their own father. But also not my responsibility, you know. I'm hesitant to date a guy with kids, not because I don't like kids, but because I feel I won't be important enough in the guy's life, and I want to feel important. Yes, they always have to. That's the thing, is if they're a good father, they're going to have to prioritize their kids, and you have to accept that. And you have to accept the fact that the kids might not like you, no matter how cool and nice you are. Sometimes kids just have a grudge on whoever is not their mom. The evil stepmom trope. I can't tell you how many friends of mine growing up as a white kid growing up in the 90s in the suburbs, I can't tell you how many friends of mine. I was one of the few kids whose parents weren't divorced out of all my friends, fun fact. And I can't tell you, pretty much every single one of my friends hated their step parent. And I would be baffled. I'd be like, what do you, like, because they were really nice. You could tell they were trying, but they'd be like, oh, well, they stink, or they do this, and they don't cut the crust off my sandwiches. Just like petty shit. And I saw it. As a kid from a healthy family, I was able to observe it and see what it was. I'm like, okay. One of my friends lied and accused her stepdad of touching her. He never did. And it was proved. She even admitted that she was lying, and she told all of us that she was lying about it. It was messed up. She was so manipulative, that kid. Now she's a child therapist. Go figure. Takes one to know one. I feel the kids like me. I've met one of them. He looks in awe of me. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they do like you. Well, I'm glad I asked this question. Me too. I'm sure they do like you, girl, but who knows how they would react if you were to start dating their dad. They might be cool with it, but there is that chance that they won't be. You know, I'm attracted to him, but a part of me is I would feel hesitant as well. Like I said earlier, it's not a complete and total deal breaker for me. But it's a lot to take into consideration. I gotta really like that. Hey, Jeff Cipher, welcome. I gotta really like that person if I'm gonna take that leap, you know. So yeah, definitely something to think over there, or think on, Miss Kendra. Thank you very much, love, for your donations. I appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity and how I didn't freak you out. That man gonna treat me like a goddess. Seriously, that Queen of Wands reverse makes me wonder if he knows how to treat women like goddesses. But I don't look like. But yeah, it doesn't look. I don't know. He's got, and you make an excellent point. Yeah, when you have a kid, you gotta prioritize your kid. You know, Miss Marissa, will Vaughn, Gemini man, come back to see me? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back to see Marissa? Marissa, what's your sign again? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back and see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back and see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back and see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back to see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back to see Marissa? Kendra, did you just send another donation? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back to see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back to see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back and see Marissa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Vaughn come back and see Marissa? Thank you very much, Miss Kendra. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay, Marissa. Let's see. We have 8 of Pentacles, Strength reversed, 7 of Swords, the Moon, and 5 of Wands reversed. As of right now, I can't give you a solid yes. This is one of those questions that I hate having to answer, but it's just the truth. It's not written in the stars that it's going to happen or that it's not. We've got this Moon card here, that which is unknown. I don't know how much has he talked to you about coming back to see you at all? And is he at a distance from you? Because I'm getting some energy of something about travel. I'm seeing external conflicts possibly coming into play and preventing him with this 5 of Wands reverse. No? Okay, so he hasn't even brought it up yet. Okay. Is it something that I think is on his mind? Possibly not. With the moon card, again, the moon is that which is unknown. And it's also something that someone could possibly not be thinking about or taking into consideration at this time. Does he work a lot? I feel like he's preoccupied. It's not like he doesn't harbor ill will towards you, but he's got a lot on his plate. Not making excuses for him either. You know, wanting to see someone. If people really want to see someone, they'll often do whatever it takes to make it happen. And I just don't see that scrappiness here. With the Seven of Swords, does represent that level of like doing whatever is necessary to make it happen. That's one way of looking at the Seven of Swords. The other way of looking at the Seven of Swords is there's something that's going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of that's also preventing him from seeing you. And I wonder, with this moon card here, that which is unknown, there's something that is concealed, something that he's perhaps trying to hide or keep away. And again, with the strength reverse card, like I was saying, I understand he's very busy. I'm sure he works a lot, and that could also be preventing, if this is a situation where he needs to travel to see you, there could be work could be a very real constraint here, preventing him from being able to see you. Both time, money, having to be there poses real constraints. But I also feel that he could pull some strings if he wanted to, and he's not pulling those strings, at least not right now. Doesn't mean that he's never going to. Doesn't mean that you're never going to see him again. Like I told you, this is just one of those open-ended question or open-ended answers, because it's simply not fated. It's not written in the stars, like absolutely. And it's not, if he had already, like, I don't know if it requires like a plane ticket or something, or a time off work. If he had already taken time off work and had like written in his calendar that he was going to see you, or had told you, hey, I want, or maybe it doesn't take travel, and he just said, hey, I'm going to come see you. Like, if he had, what I'm seeing here is he's not even in the process of getting things together to be able to go see you, which is also telling me I just don't think it's on, at least it's not on the forefront of his mind right now. Again, that's not to say that it's never going to happen. I'm not saying that you're never going to see him ever again. But he's, as the current energies stand right now, he's not doing or thinking about the things he should be thinking about and doing if he really did want to facilitate seeing you. Okay. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Ms. Marissa. Thank you very much for your donation. I hope I brought you some clarity there. Kendra, thank you for your additional donation. Were you wanting 2 questions, 2 mini readings, or did you want a 10-card reading? You're welcome, Marissa. Thank you, love. Kendra, please come to the chat. It is your turn, Kendra. Thank you. Kendra, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Kendra, please come to the chat, love. It is your turn. Thank you. Kendra Johnson, please come to the chat. Thank you. Kendra, please come to the chat. There she is. Hey girl, were you interested in a 10-card reading, or did you want, did you have 2 questions? 2 questions, sorry. I just saw it in your donation. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Tyrell make a romantic move towards Kendra? Hi Nadia. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. Let me add you here to the queue before we get started with Kendra. Okay, Kendra, we have the Lovers reversed, King of Cups reversed, Strength reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, and 8 of Wands. I don't think so. I think he wants to. I can tell you he wants to. I can see he wants to with this 8 of Wands. That's definitely a desire, but check all this out. Like this Strength reversed right here in the center, especially. He's quite insecure, despite, not have, maybe that's why he wasn't worried about the kid thing. Maybe he just thinks that he doesn't have a chance with you. He really wants to, But again, with this King of Cups, he's totally the King of Cups reversed, and that's never someone that you want to date, love. I think you might be dodging a bullet here by him not making a move towards you. He's Gemini. He's got to be a Gemini. The lovers. Normally Geminis are very charismatic, very confident. He's not fully seated in his like Gemini energies. Well, maybe some of the less fortunate ones. Yeah, my guides might be I think so. I think so, love. And yeah, I mean, I've dodged a couple bullets. Well, I have dodged some romantic bullets past year, but other bullets as well, like job opportunities and stuff like that I thought were going to be good for me, but they're really blessings in disguise. Yeah, he's too afraid. He's too scared of the possibility of disappointment and heartache with this. I think really he's more afraid of rejection more than anything with the Three of Swords reverse. And I think he knows himself well enough to know that he's not balanced enough to handle your rejection. I don't think he would be able to take it well at all. But is it something that he'd like to do? Yeah, but we can, want to do something till the cows come home. But if we don't have the confidence to take that leap of faith, that chance of possibly getting hurt, maybe being coworkers is the protection I need. That could also be that Knight of Pentacles that keeps on showing up too. Like, just keep him within the work realm, because like the other reading said, this is the best side of him, that is the side that he presents to you at work. So if this is the best that he's got, is there much more? I'd like to think that there's even more amazing things to discover about someone, but Spirit's saying this is the best you're going to see, is what she's experiencing and seeing now. It's the best she's going to get from this guy. And that lack of confidence, I'm sure he's able to make it seem like he's confident too. Geminis are good at that, putting up a front. And sometimes I think their charisma can be like armor, a mask for actual insecurities. Because I'd give him a chance, because I'm always open to trying things, but as soon as I'm not feeling, I dip. Yeah, I would just be, I'm already just getting really not good feelings about this. It doesn't, about him, it just, I don't think anything good would come of this. And not to say that, being a possible stepmom is the worst thing in the world. Like I said earlier, it's not. There are definitely some advantages, some nice things, aspects to it, but be challenging, and he could, maybe the kids aren't even the challenge, but he could be the challenge. And if you don't, exactly, not all that glitters is gold at all. And if it doesn't have that confidence, there's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing less sexy than a not confident person. I don't think anybody finds that hot, unless somebody wants to take advantage of someone for possible weaknesses, which is terrible. There's nothing hot about not having confidence in oneself, because if you don't love yourself, girl, how the hell are you supposed to love anyone else? You're basically telling the world, hey, I'm not worth it. I don't love myself, so why would you? I know, yeah, you are, as you should be. Is there a better man coming my way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there a better man coming Kendra's way romantically? It's possible. I have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be, though. It's a tale as old as time, but maybe, I'm really hoping that this is the case. Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Tower reversed. Four of Cups reversed. Two of Wands reversed. Oy vey. An Ace of Wands reversed. The answer is no, and that wasn't the answer that I thought it was going to be. That wasn't the answer. I didn't think it was just going to be straight up no, and it's not saying straight up no. I hear what it's saying, and it's what I thought it was going to say. Ace of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Wands reversed. What are these? These are beginnings. Not only are they beginnings, but especially this Ace of Pentacles, it's a foundation. It's laying the foundations for a beginning. Now, I know you're working, you're focused on work right now. So, and I don't know how often you go out and fraternize with other people, hang out with friends, socialize, I don't know, hang out with people that have similar interests. But what I'm seeing is you're not really on the right path. Because as much as we want, sometimes a man just does pop into our life, but and it's happened to me a couple of times in my almost 40 years. Most of the men that I've met, though, we were looking for someone. We were both, either I'd meet them through friends, but they knew I was, actively dating, wanting to date someone, and vice versa. Or, I know you don't want to hear it, dating apps, dating sites, whatever. I'm old. I used to go on dating sites. But it's about setting those foundations to get the ball rolling there. Sometimes men just pop into our lives. It's true, but right now it's you're around your coworkers a lot. It's hard not to fall for people that we work with when we spend most of our time at our workplace. We spend a lot of time with them. We gain familiarity with them. We're it's not really a choice. We have to socialize with them and fraternize with them. Not necessarily outside of work, but within the workplace, work together and communicate. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here as well. This with the Tower reversed is a man's not. Sometimes it happens, but it's not likely that a man is just going to come crashing into your life. So it's my fault that there's no one. It's not. Spirit's not saying that it's anyone's fault. They're just saying that okay. Say you were looking for a new job, Kendra. Say you were looking for a new job, but you weren't putting in applications and you weren't looking for a new job, but you came and asked me, will I find a new job in the next, soon? The answer would probably be no, unless you start searching. I can't tell you how many times I've asked this question, like, is there a man coming into my life? Sometimes it says yes, and oftentimes when the answer is yes, people are actively dating and putting themselves out there. And it's a schlep, I know. I just took a break from dating pretty steadily since May. Took a break, had to take a breather about a month ago. Sometimes it can feel like work, I understand. But I don't have regrets. And I know that I can pick it up again, start doing, when I feel ready. And if you don't feel ready right now, or if you don't have the time, then that's perfectly fine. Two of Wands, reversed, patience. It's not about blame. It's not about doing something wrong. It's about not taking the necessary steps to facilitate something happening in your life. It's like wanting a new apartment, and asking if you're going to have a new apartment, but you haven't searched for one, or you don't have any idea where you want to live, or you've got to put in the search. I don't want to make finding a partner sound like work or a job or an apartment hunt, but it's a hunt. It is a hunt. In this day and age, I don't want to say that people don't talk to each other randomly anymore, because they do, and you're very open, and people don't randomly talk to me. Apparently I look like I'm about to kick. When I survey people who are my friends, like, what did you think about me the first time you met me? They always say you scared me. I guess I have a very cold, protective front, and I hate that. But you strike me as very warm, and I can imagine people just randomly talking to you if you, are just out and about. I don't think it would take, and you're beautiful too. I don't think it would take a whole lot of effort. You're very confident. You know, you're not scared talking to people. I'm very shy. You know, I got that. I've definitely tried. I was on apps and putting myself out there, but they all ghosted me. I was dating for the past few months, but they fell through. I hear you, girl. I hear you. Yeah, now I had some disappointments myself. I had some wins, had some disappointments. Obviously, not complete wins. I'm here, you know, alone. Like, and it's December. I had to, like I said, I had to take a break. There was, yeah, I don't really want to get up into it online. I'm happy to talk to you about it offline, but yeah, I wasn't getting ghosted by people, but it was basically like this. I was meeting a lot of really great guys, and almost every time, if I was into them, they weren't into me, and vice versa. If I wasn't into them, they'd be gaga over me. I'm like, but, and that's just the name of the game. Chemistry is hard to find. A connection is hard to find, but it does. But you know, I know I put and I keep on saying I put a pause on my search. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on love. No way. I still want it. I just need a breather for a while. I need to focus on me, my work, family, friends. You know, I just feel it isn't my season. You know, I feel I'm supposed to focus on. I feel the same way. I feel the same way, girl. I felt it was my season in spring. I just randomly started dating again. I kind of like, you know, I was into that guy who lived in New York, and I kind of like threw in the towel there. I was like, you know, I don't think it's gonna work. So I just randomly started going on dating apps again after many, many years. Um, and I don't get ghosted. I didn't get ghosted by anybody. Some like I did get ghosted a couple, not ghosted, but like people plan on like meeting up and then you just never hear from them again. I just right those are just, you know, write offs in my world, in my view. It's just that's just a write off. I dodged a bullet. You don't want to be with a flake anyway, so yeah. I thought it was my season, but I think it's just I want it to be my season for love, but realistically it just isn't. I mean, I honestly don't see winter as the season of love. I mean, excuse me, I do in the sense of like family, spending time with family, celebrating. But it's cold. You know, I don't feel like going out on dates when it's cold. And I'm not saying my season is your season, but I just mean for me personally, I start to feel like I kind of just want like, yeah, I was talking about Felicia, like in the wintertime, I'm just a little more introspective and kind of more into solitude. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I can rarely think of a spring or summer in my life where I didn't have at least a bow in my life. Yeah. Um, I totally agree because yeah, people start going out more. You can go on hikes and go out in nature and whatnot, and yeah, the days are longer. So yeah, it doesn't mean that your ship's not coming in, Kendra, and you don't have to start dating just for the sake of starting to date. If you don't feel ready, don't start. I don't. I mean, I personally am taking a break, and it's all good to take a break because it's just a break, and you can return as soon as you feel ready. You know. Thank you so much, girl. I really appreciate you, and I just I don't know. I just feel I'm meant to follow my mission, and a man would detour me from that. Possibly, and just see it as you know you're on the right path right now. You know keep on sticking to your mission and um, you know all in due timing. That two of wands reversed, all in due timing. No need to rush anything or feel impatient. The right guy will come at the right time. I feel open, but I want to go back to school, and realistically, when I do, I won't have time for a man. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too, Kendra. I kind of want to go back to school myself, and I'm like, if I do that, would I even have time for a dude? I don't know. I had time for dudes when I was in college, but anyway. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, thank you so much, Kendra. Much love and light to you. Nadia, thank you for your donation. Nadia, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you very much. Like right now I have time for a man, but working full time and going to school. No, I don't. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You're welcome, Kendra. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, there's a lot of questions. I'm glad we got down to the bottom of things there. Sounds like you are dodging a bullet for show. For show. Nadia, please come to the chat. Thank you. Hey, Nadia. What are the higher ups' thoughts about me after the holiday party tonight? You mean your spirit guides? Oh, the higher ups at work. Oh, okay. Sorry, 1 second. So the higher ups at your work, and you had the the holiday party today? Or was it last night? Or was this evening? I can't use usernames when I'm incanting, J Moon. So I'm just gonna refer to you as N if that makes you feel more comfortable, okay, love? Oh, well, it's 4 o'clock here, but yeah, not everyone's Pacific time. I don't know what time zone you are. So it was this evening. That's what I was just trying to get clarity on. Okay. So you would like to know what your superiors think after the holiday party. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work think about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work think about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work feel about her after the party tonight, holiday party night? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work feel and think about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work feel about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors feel about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work feel about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors feel about her after the holiday party tonight? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what do N's superiors at work feel about her after the holiday party tonight? It's 7 p.m. now. It just ended. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We have 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Pentacles reversed, and 6 of Swords. Interesting. They definitely saw another side of you with this 8 of, interesting, yeah, 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles, Pentacles being work, you know what I mean? Start with this 8 of Pentacles reversed. This tells me that they definitely saw a different side of you this evening. And that's not saying that, I'm not saying that in a negative way. But the 8 of Pentacles is the worker. Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, steady, diligent worker, and they were able to see you from a different, perhaps more relaxed demeanor than they normally observe in the workplace. I think that I can't speak for every single one of, and I think I've mentioned this to you in the past, and at least I know I've mentioned it to other people I've done readings for. When people ask about their superiors at work, especially depending on how many superiors you have, not everybody's going to have the exact same opinion or takeaway. And like I said, I don't know how many superiors you have, and I certainly don't think that they all had the same opinion with you, of you or thoughts towards you after, because I am seeing some differentiations. Overall good with this Wheel of Fortune right here in the center. Things went, there were no, definitely I'd be very surprised if I were to hear that there were any arguments or any like any kind of drama or anything like that. I feel like things went smoothly tonight, and people had really good exchanges with you, with the Six of Pentacles. Lots of good conversations, good exchanges, and this is where I see differentiations with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel while most people had good exchanges with you, I feel like some of your superiors would have liked to have possibly spoken with you, conversed with you, gotten to know you a little bit more than some of the other superiors did. I don't know if you gave them all equal time, but I do sense a little bit of at least one of your superiors feels slightly frustrated, about just slightly frustrated, not about your performance or about your. We're specifically asking about you at the party tonight or this evening, earlier today, that just commenced, that just ended. The Six of Swords is also telling me that there is not everyone has had the same takeaway in terms of what they observed from you tonight at the holiday party. You didn't make a bad impression. You did not make a bad impression. They got to see another side of you. They got to see you let loose a little bit. I think I mentioned, I don't know if it was the last reading I did for you. I believe you asked what their general thoughts were towards you at this time. And most of the cards, if I'm remembering correctly, were saying that they felt that you, largely they felt that you didn't feel confident within your position or within the workplace, which puzzled them because they hired you for a reason, because they felt that you are a good worker and should be there and do belong there. I think they saw more confidence in you tonight. And I think by and large, your superiors are generally pleased, liked what they saw, had a good takeaway. There may have been one person who, like I said, it wasn't like they were frustrated with your behavior or anything like that. It was more that I think they wish they could have had a little bit more time, either observing you or conversing with you. Okay. So that is what I see for you, Miss J Moon. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you a lot. I hope you had a great time at your holiday party earlier today. No, you did not make a bad impression at all. Things are good. Things are in your favor. With that Wheel of Fortune card right there in the center upright, things are going your way there. Okay. Thank you again, love. All right, so it looks like we are all caught up with donations. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is the type of reading that you would be interested in, please let me know. I will need your person's name, and that is communicating with those who are deceased. I do need their name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and it's not mandatory, but it really helps if you can share a photograph of them with me. I also do soulmate confirmation readings. Those are pretty self-explanatory. We have many soulmates in this life, especially depending on how old of a soul we are, but most of us have many soulmates in this life and in past lives that serve different purposes, that are of different nature. Sometimes the knee-jerk reaction in the English lexicon is usually assuming that it's of a romantic nature, of which it often is, but not always. We just received a donation. I'm so sorry, Jennifer, I didn't notice that you made a donation. Thank you, love. And did you receive my email? I'm not sure if Jennifer is here. But she most certainly made a donation, so we will wait for her. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, we have many different soulmates, and they come in many different forms and many different capacities, serve many different purposes. If there is someone who you are questioning in your life who may or may not be a soulmate, you can directly ask your spirit guides if the person is or not, and they will explain why or why not. Alternatively, I can also ask them if they give their blessing towards someone in your life. And again, it does not have to be someone of a romantic context. I also I do past life regression readings. Past life regression therapy is something I've been studying since I was very, very young, almost as long as I've been studying astrology for. And it is absolutely fascinating. Just as much as we have many, many soulmates, we have many past lives as well. And you don't have to ask with the intention of illuminating something specifically in this lifetime, but it's often very helpful to help us navigate things in this life and figure out our soul, have a better, clearer vision of our soul's tapestry. But it can really be asked in any variation that you would like. I answer any and all questions, of course, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. I answer a lot of romance questions, a lot of finance, career, spiritual, you name it, I've asked it. And I always recommend my TFI reading or thoughts, feelings, and intentions reading. No additional donation amount, but it answers 3 questions in one regarding someone who you're questioning in your life. If you're wondering what their thoughts are, feelings, their intentions, I can answer it all in one. And I can also get your general energies as well as their general energies at this current time. I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment only, and those are over Zoom, and it's the same setup as here. You see the cards, you see me, you hear me, and I can hear you. I don't have to see you if you don't want me to see you, but you have my undivided attention, I have yours. You can give me all the context and backstory that you need. And it also offers a level of discretion that just can't be provided over a live stream. If there's a particularly multifaceted issue you're dealing with that has a lot of questions that you need answered, there's no limit to the number of questions we can answer as long as it's within the time frame. You can even extend it if need be. And is also good for people, who are dealing with things that they might not want to have broadcast over my live stream. And then I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. If you don't see me go live, or if you make a donation and you miss your turn and you like your reading as soon as possible, I offer readings over on Instagram. Just send me your donation and your question, and I we'll send you a voice memo going over your reading, every card, over DMs on Instagram. If you're not on social media or if you don't want to interact on social media, I also offer private readings typed over email. That being said, everyone should go follow me on my Instagram. Because then also, if you ever have an additional question about a reading I've given you, you can always reach out to me and I'm happy to elaborate on that within reason. I'm also offering my annual 2026 or upcoming year readings. I offer them every year. They're 24 cards, 2 cards for every month of the upcoming year. Very comprehensive, and a very good deal. It's $26.26 for 24 cards, so do the math, it's good. If you want to use SuperChat, though, it is $34.34. So we are just waiting on Miss Jennifer right now, but it has been over 3 minutes since she made, since I've been calling her name. So if anybody wants a reading, hi Mercedes, thank you for your donation. Like Mercedes, we will read for Mercedes while we wait for Miss Jennifer. Hi, Mercedes. Thank you so much for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you, love. Hi, Mercedes. Good to see you. You would like to know what's coming towards you. You got it. In the near future. Because, yeah, tarot with 5 cards, we can only really look so far. So we're probably looking at the next month or so, or at least the next couple of weeks. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, and Mercedes, you're a Sagittarius, right? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Mercedes in the near future? You are a Sagittarius. Well, when's your birthday, hun? We're in Sagittarius season, aren't we? I know we are. We have 9 of Wands reversed, the Tower reversed, Page of Cups, the Hermit reversed, and 9 of Swords. Got some good news, you got some bad news. The 14th, well girl, you gotta come back on the 14th and claim your free birthday reading. You get a free mini reading on your birthday. And if I'm not live on the 14th, next time I go, if I'm on the 15th, 16th, whatever, the next time I am on, if I'm not on the 14th, just let me know and I'll remember. Okay. Yeah, of course. You're and happy early birthday, hun. I'm trying to catch all my Sagittarius and I'm like, wait, it's because I forgot about, I feel badly. I forgot to remind a lot of my Scorpios last season, and I feel like a lot of people missed out on birthday readings, so I'm trying to catch all my Sages and let them know. A lot of people just don't know. It's not something I like advertise all the time, but you know, with my regular clients, of course. Doing it for years. Okay, so got some good news, got some bad news. There's definitely something great coming into your life, more like someone coming into your life. Should I start with the bad news? I'm going to start with the bad news first, okay? And I want some clarity too. We've got this 9 of Wands reversed. I pull a card for myself. I think I've told you I pull a card for myself daily. I've been doing it for many, many years. And over the past couple of weeks, I've pulled the 9 of Wands reversed like 3 times. I always take, I keep a record of all the cards I pull every day, but I really take note, especially if I pull the same card twice in one day or 3 times in a row. That's spirit like saying something very loudly to me. And from what I know of the 9, because I've been studying this card quite a bit with this 9 of Wands reverse. It's indicative of 9 of Wands upright is not strength but stamina. It's fighting a lot of battles, having a lot of battles to fight, but having the stamina to fight them. When it's reversed, it's like, I don't want to say you're giving up, but it's tempting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like there are quite a few battles that you are fighting. We all are. We're all human. But more so than normal, and you're feeling exhausted. You're feeling like it's too much. You know, I don't want to call it weakness. I'm not going to call a Sagittarius girl weak. No way, you're not weak. You're just battle weary. You've had a lot. You've gone through a lot. Yeah, you're exhausted. and with good reason, because you don't take it lying down. You I don't want to say you put up a fight, but you defend yourself. And sometimes there's no reasoning with people. Sometimes there's injustices that we can't defend ourselves against, and it's beyond. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's yeah. It's not fun. But and yeah, but on the other on the good news is that this should be coming to a close. These battles that you've been dealing with should be coming to a close in the near future with the Tower reversed. I do see the fires going out. I do see the issues abating, and you not having to put up your battle wand nearly as much or as often as you had to in the past. I do see things calming down. I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Normally, I hate the Nine of Swords, but in this context, I'm liking it, and I'll get to why in a moment. I just want some clarity with this Hermit reversed. Yeah, Spirit is saying that even though a lot of the people around you have done you dirty and are not super trustworthy, there still are good people out there that are definitely worth listening to and taking their advice, um, taking their warmth, their kindness. So Spirit doesn't understands if you feel like going into hermit mode right now, but they don't suggest it. And furthermore, I don't get to say this often. I don't get to say this often, Mercedes, but it's what most girls want to hear. I don't know about you, but there's a man coming into your life for sure. It may be someone from your past. I can't quite tell. Normally, I can usually tell if it's. Normally, I'm very clear on whether it's someone brand new or someone from your past, but this time I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell, but I know that you. So I don't know if you have fond affections for anyone from your past, but this is someone that you like. So if none of the people from your past you think fondly about, then it's someone new. But they're gonna make you nervous, girl. They're gonna keep you up at night thinking about them. This is not a bad Nine of Swords here. This is very much entangled with this energy. Um, he is going to very much preoccupy your thoughts, your mind, your heart. Um, yeah. So I saved the best for last because, like I said, I think that's what most not even girls, but guys too. Who doesn't want to hear that? Unless we're in a happy relationship and we're satisfied. But I'm pretty sure you're single. If I'm not mistaken. And if you are single, I don't know if you're going to be single for much longer. I see someone who's really going to strike your fancy coming into your life and rocking your world, girl. You are, yeah. So I don't think that's gonna last much longer, hun. I see someone really like tickling your fancy, and because the Page of Cups is the crush card, it's right before the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor. The Knight of Cups is the guy every woman wants to start dating. Page of Cups is the guy who we want to capture our attention, and we start crushing on him. We're like, okay, yeah, no, I could see things with him. I like this one. I think I like this guy. That's very much Page of Cups. And then that crush energy where they're like pervading your thoughts, and it's kind of like they're almost all you can think about. Very much that energy, yeah. So buckle up tight, girl. Buckle up tight, because this looks good. This looks good. And it looks like things are coming to a close, at least abating. Issues are like battles that you've been fighting, the many battles you've been having to fight. I think a lot of them are going to be coming to a close, and you've been fighting for a while, and it's exhausting, but hopefully not for much longer. Thank you so much, Mercedes. Much love and light to you, girl. And I normally don't say I hope this brought you hope. I usually say I hope this brought you clarity, which I hope it did bring you clarity. But because I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not here to provide people with hope, but hearing that kind of news would make me super, at least excited. So yeah, good stuff on the horizon. You're very welcome. You are very welcome, Mercedes. Thank you. So I still haven't seen, and I don't know if anyone else has seen Jennifer at all, but she did make a donation. But I called her name for 3 minutes, which is how long you have to come to the chat. If she comes back and I'm not currently reading for anyone, we can just get right into her reading. But if you would like to make a donation, if you have a question that you would like me to ask for you tonight, the donation queue is technically open, and we will proceed with your reading. Thank you so very much. Hey Kendra, yes, I am here. Sorry, I was just reading an email. How are you doing, love? Good to see you again. Oh no, you're all good, girl. You are not bothering me. Can I send for another question? I really want to know why Tyrell likes me. Yeah, girl. Of course. Just waiting on, we got a donation from Jennifer, but I haven't seen her. But it also happened last night, so I just did a reading for her over email. That's actually the email I was just reading was her response, because I was wondering if she wanted this offline or not. But she's not here, so as I stated, you probably weren't here, but yeah, anyone who wants to make a donation, you'll be read for next. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kendra. All right, hon, let's go ahead and add you here. Okay. So you want to know why Tyrell likes you. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Why wouldn't he? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why does Tyrell like Kendra? It's true. Why wouldn't someone like you? Okay, we have the Empress reversed, the Lovers, Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands reversed, and Ace of Wands reversed. That's weird. We had the Ace of Wands upright. The first question we asked here. Okay, notice how we've got I knew one of the mommy cards was going to come out, Kendra. I knew one of the queens or the empress was going to come out. I should just say this stuff before I pull the cards, because I almost always get it. Here we go. First card, we have the empress and it's reversed. You are not a mom. And that's, I told you that this is not the most fun reading to give. There are many aspects to there are many of your aspects that he is attracted to, okay? And we have only 5 cards here. I'm sure there's more than 5 reasons why he's into you. That is one of them. He's not looking for, I don't think he's looking for someone who already has kids. I don't think he's looking for a Brady Bunch type situation. Like I mentioned, he draws very strict boundaries. He has things, I think he runs that house almost like a military, like, not like mean to his kids. Well, he's a Gemini, and they're very loving to their kids, but they can flip out. My mom's a Gemini. She didn't flip out, but the men, they're always good. They're good parents. He's not a bad parent, but he runs a tight ship, and he runs things how he's ran them and how he wants to run them, and he doesn't want things being changed. Like I said, he does want help. He does want them to have a mother figure, but he doesn't want things necessarily changing. I don't think he's looking for like that woman's touch or change. He wants things his way. We've got this Lover's card here. He is genuinely and generally attracted to you. He's physically attracted to you. You make him laugh. You're smart. You're beautiful. You're generous. Six of Pentacles. He sees. He observes how kind and generous you are, how giving you are of your time and your energies, and you're very thoughtful. He also, with his insecurities, would not doesn't is automatically not attracted when he finds out that a woman is taken. A lot of men like the chase. A lot of men are attracted. And I don't know about you, but usually when I like start a new relationship, all of a sudden men come out of the woodwork. Men I don't know, exes of mine. It's like they can snip it out that I am radiating love for someone else. And I think they like the chase too. I think a lot of men, see like, oh, she's desirable because other men, because she's with a man. Why, and if, is he, he's not better than me. I think they like that challenge, some guys. He's very much the opposite, which surprises me with him being a Gemini. I'm convinced he is. Can't tell me otherwise. And there's even a higher chance. It's a much higher chance that he's a Taurus mathematically. Most of May is Taurus. It's only the end of May that's Gemini, but I just get such strong Gemini vibes from him. If you could find out his birthday, I'd be thrilled. But this Ace of Wands reversed, Two of Wands reversed, he doesn't have to fight for you because he knows you're single. He knows that you're not taken. And with his level of insecurities that we revealed in one of the other readings we did for you earlier today, that stands to reason. I can see where his warped little psychology, self-protective, self-soothing psychology would come into play there. He doesn't have to compete because he's already so scared. He's already so insecure. Like I said, he wants to ask you out. He really does. And I've always said, romance can make the most timid men and women move mountains. But I get the sense that he's so timid that all the women he's been with in his life are really pushy. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen this pattern where there's just some guys, it's just, and oftentimes you'll see them and be like, that's like, he's clearly like, at least looks wise, like an 8 or a 9. She's like a 4. Like, what? And then you observe how they behave with one another, and he's being told what to do. There's a lot of women that will just be like, yoink, you're mine. And a lot of men that'll go, okay, oh, I'm sure he's used to women pursuing him. Yes. Yeah, women have pursued him, and I think that's the other thing is he's used to women chasing him, pursuing him. I don't think he's got a lot of riz, girl. I don't, because he clearly doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know how old he is, but it's like he doesn't know how to approach you romantically. Probably because he never had to. Yeah, no shade. His ex are the opposite of me and very basic. Yeah. Like, not in it. I'm sure they were way below his league, in a multitude of ways, and we're very pushy because that would be the only way. And that takes a certain level of a little bit of crazy too. I'm not saying that everyone who knows what they want and gets it is crazy. No, not at all. Very far from it. But when it comes to romance, you can't force that. And I do see some women like that just go like, yoink, you're mine. We're dating now. And it's kind of like what I was talking about earlier too, where like there's nothing less attractive than someone who is not confident, unless you're like a manipulative person and you're specifically looking for someone who you can control. Those are the type of women he's typically been with. Women who know they could control a man like that. I ain't forcing no man to be with me. I've seen it too. Yeah, I was gonna say you're a very aware young lady. We've all seen this, and it's something that I have seen for years. God, there were so many girls in my high school like that. They made this. They could tell that a lot of men are just really insecure, and they preyed upon that. Men too, with some insecure women, but saw it happen with a lot of women and nebbish guys, and I still see it. As an older lady, almost 40-year-old lady, I still observe it with people around my age, and it's just like, wow. I think a lot of those guys, not all of them, and not necessarily Tyrell, but I think a lot of those types of guys are kind of looking for a mommy figure. Or either they don't have a mommy figure, or they're so close to their mommy, they're just kind of used to being told what to do. You know, he sounds so toxic. Girl, like attracts like. I'm not saying that every person who's been with a toxic person is toxic themselves. Hell no. I've been with toxic people. You've been in toxic connections too. I believe you have. Maybe you haven't. But a lot of good people have been in toxic connections. But there is something to be said about like attracting like. And if he, if this baby mama of his is as toxic as she definitely sounds like, given the evidence, if he wasn't toxic himself, he would have recognized that soon enough. He would have ended that before getting her pregnant. You don't have a kid with someone who's just who's super toxic and loco. Yeah, girl, because like his baby mama is toxic, so it's like he's got to be some kind of crazy. I'm convinced she's mentally ill because of the custody thing. She's unwell. And you don't have to be mentally ill to be toxic. You can be toxic and be completely mentally sound, which is crazy, but it's true. Or at least a narcissist. But she's got some deeper set issues there. S. Virgo, hello. Exactly. Yeah, he wouldn't have had 2 kids with her. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Period. So true. It's so true. The more I'm thinking about it, it's just like, why did he let it get that far? Probably 2 reasons: comfort, and fear of leaving that which is comfortable, Thank you so much for your donation, Sarah. I appreciate you. Did you want 2 questions, or did you want a 10-card reading? And thank you so much, Kendra, again. I really appreciate you. And I hope we've got to the bottom of things here with him. I wanted to ask Love Spread for Tinu's feelings and intentions. Yeah, did you want that to be a 10-card reading? And what is your sign, and what is Tinu's sign? I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, oh, you're a Virgo, duh! Sorry, facepalm emoji. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. SB! You're SB, huh? YouTube switched the username function, and now I see people's ats and not what I know as their username, but you're SB, aren't you, homegirl? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? I'm sorry, girl. How you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, what are Tinu's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah?
Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Tina's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Tina's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Sarah? I see him next month when he's back in town. When was the last time you saw him? Ace of Cups reversed. 8 of Cups reversed. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. King of Pentacles. Page of Wands reversed. 7 of Cups reversed. Strength. The Hierophant reversed. And Knight of Cups reversed. You guys have a history, huh? We actually reconnected. Bingo. I was going to say there's a past between the two of you, huh? You last saw him in September. Okay. Yeah, because there's some back and forth feelings here. There's a lot of mirrored feelings here between the two of you. Let's start with your current energies. We have this Ace of Cups reversed and Page of Wands reversed. You miss him. I'm not just saying that because you're here asking about him. You miss him. It's been a couple of months. I don't know how often you guys saw each other when you were dating, but you miss him. Your cup of affection is empty with him not there. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're a little, I don't want to say worried, but a little concerned that there's only so much you can do to facilitate you and him seeing each other again, which is true. You're doing all you can, but there's only so much you can do. You know, he's really got to have to put in a lot of the effort here if he's the one visiting you. I miss the times we've spent. This is correct. Yeah. His general energies, we have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups reversed, which is a little bit of a dichotomy. But he feels like he's your king. He misses you too. This Knight of Cups reversed, he feels like he is supposed to be your knight in shining armor as he was in the past, but not being able to physically be with one another, it's very challenging. But he still holds you very, very dearly. Yeah, because he comes here for work. I was going to say, and he's got money, doesn't he, too? Or just a very important job or a very stressful, heavy job. Yeah, because he comes here for work. We connected during a time I was grieving, so it was nice to have him. Yeah. I'm sorry, love, but that's great that he was there for you at a time of grief. His thoughts, this was another, when I saw these, I was like, oh yeah, they definitely have a history. His thoughts, we have the 8 of Cups reversed and the 7 of Cups reversed. He thinks that he can't move away from you. He's a doctor. All right, not only does he have money, he also has an important job, and it's also very demanding. He's very much a King of Pentacles guy. Okay, I'm a nurse, so we connect there. Gotcha. All right. Okay, you both work in the medical field, so yeah, he's very much. Ooh, wish he was my son. Not like I have a son, but like that's great, girl. Very much King of Pentacles energy for sure. But with that, he's got a lot of responsibilities, and he's got to do a lot to see you, but there's only so much he can do within the constraints of his very demanding job. Yeah, he's compassionate, but I was upset when he left. Yeah, but he had to leave. He had no choice. He can't. He as much as he cares about you, and I'm going to get into that here, as much as he values you very deeply, he cannot sacrifice his work. It's his identity. It's what he's worked for most of his life to get here. He just can't sacrifice anything there, as I'm sure you understand working in the field, but you have, feelings are feelings. It's upsetting when people have to leave and we care about them. And he thinks with this 7 of Cups reversed, he doesn't quite know what to think, because he knows he values you. He knows he can't move away from you. He doesn't want to move away from you. But at the same time, there are very real external factors that make this possibility, that make this a possible possibility. So it's kind of like he doesn't really know what to think at this time.
he knows he wants you, and he knows he can't leave you. But making an executive decision or an executive thought at this time about the future, about the two of you, very, very difficult. Yeah, he made me feel so good. Then he was gone. Yeah. He's a very compassionate man. It's good that he's doing what he's doing. You know, some people become professionals in different fields for the wrong reason. I've definitely met people who were doctors for the wrong reason. Then there's people who were just meant to be. You know, and I get that energy from him. And look at this, girl. His feelings. We have the Two of Pentacles and Strength. He does want to balance you into his life. He does. He really, really does. And he's thinking. He hasn't made any executive decisions, but he's coming up with ideas. He does want to be able to balance you, and he wants to balance Miss Sarah in his life, but he needs to still conquer those peaks and valleys that are his job. And the feelings he has for you are so strong, so powerful. Like I said, he values you very, very deeply, very attracted to you, cares about you a lot, finds a lot of good in you and in this connection and potential that he doesn't want to see go by the wayside. Strength is also lust in the Hermetic deck. Fun fact. He's also very, very physically drawn to you. You may all be ready to be aware of that. His intentions, we have the Three of Wands and the Hierophant reversed. He intends on being patient right now and seeing how things run their course. Like I said, he's doing all he can do to facilitate coming to see you again. But there's only so much he can do, just as there's only so much that you can do as well. So all he can really do is wait. He's not seeing anyone else. It's not like that. He's not looking at other girls. He's not looking to other opportunities. He's examining this opportunity right now, you and him, and is, surprisingly for a Leo too, is employing the virtue of patience when it comes to what he intends to come to fruition in this connection between the two of you. But he just doesn't know, he doesn't have a solid idea as to how that's going to work with the Hierophant reversed. He has his moments where he believes, yeah, we're going to make this work, and then he has his moments where it's like, I just don't know how we're going to make this happen. But the desire is absolutely there. It's 100% there. But lots of frustrations, but positive, and he's persevering, and he's staying optimistic. He is staying optimistic. Even in his moments of doubt, he still remains optimistic, which is really good. It's a positive mental outlook to have there. And did you just make another donation? Thank you so much. Yeah, did you have more than one question, or did you want another 10-card reading? Of course, that's what I'm here for, just for honesty. Thank you. Well, thank you for letting me know. I always love hearing that. I always love hearing testimonials. It means a lot to me. Absolutely. 2 questions. You got it. Please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you. What does he think of you? Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Tinu, right? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what does Tinu think of Sarah?
Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Tina think of Sarah? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Tina think of Sarah? Six of Wands reversed, King of Pentacles, the High Priestess reversed, Six of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. We got a lot of repeating cards here. King of Pentacles and Three of Wands came out again. Okay, so as optimistic as he is about this, the potential of a connection, a reconnection, a solid reconnection, committed reconnection with you, he does still have his doubts sometimes, and is worried that he might face defeat with this Six of Wands reversed. But he just thinks that you are the ultimate woman. He thinks that you've got it all. You are a woman of extremely high value. I'm not kissing your ass. You're one of the best women that he's ever met. You really, really strike him. And he really admires your independence. With this High Priestess reverse, you do things, you go by the beat of your own drum. You don't do things super conventionally, and as much as you miss him and want him and need him, you also do very well on your own, which I will say I know a lot of people find very, very attractive. It's true. You're extremely generous and giving with this beautiful Six of Pentacles. He sees how generous and compassionate you are, and it's a very beautiful thing for him to see. And yes, he thinks you're beautiful. Yes, he's very attracted to you and all that good stuff. But in terms of your depth of character, who you are, it's much deeper than just, hey, he thinks you're hot and fun. Sometimes that's the answer I got to give to people, but not here. It goes deep, very lovely. Everything he's seen of you, everything he's surveyed of you with this Three of Wands, he loves. I don't know if you guys have gotten in arguments or what, but for the most part, what he has seen of you and gotten to know of you, he's loved. What he likes what he sees. He really does. He likes what he has seen. And again, he's willing to be patient here, in order to hopefully facilitate something happening here. Yeah, that is really sweet, love. You're very lucky. Yeah, he really values you a lot. He really does. All right, please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. And I need to check and see what time I've got to leave. Depending on what time I've got to take off at 5:29, so this will likely be the last question tonight. Okay, lastly, how will the time that we spend together go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will the time that Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time that Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time that Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time that Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the time Tina and Sarah spend together go? I have a lot on my plate and I manage a lot with home and work. Balancing can be lonely, but I'm excited to see him. Yeah, I bet. Okay, we have Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Hanged Man. Are you a mama? Do you have kids? Overall, I think things are going to go great. I think they're going to be really lovely. I think you guys are going to come to some actual decisions here.
about the future, your guys' future. This is decision making with the Two of Wands, coming to a solid decision. You're the mom to one. Okay. I think that he's going to, I don't know if you have or if you want to introduce him to your child, but I see motherly responsibilities being alleviated. So I don't know if you're planning on having like a sitter watch your child, or a family member or someone, or if he's going to meet your child or see them. I don't know if they've met, but something about alleviation from parental duties, having some time, some mommy time, some not being a mommy time for you and him to have, and also no worky time. He won't be working. He won't be answering calls. He won't be looking at emails. He's really going to do his very, very best to put work to the side here. Even if he's there for work, excuse me, sorry, there's something in my eye. Even if he's there for work, I still see him prioritizing, doing his very best to prioritize you. And it's going to be very different from, in a good way. It is going to differ from other times that you have spent together with this Hangman card, but in a good way. It's going to provide the two of you with a fresh perspective, new decision on how to go forward here, and it's going to build a lot between the two of you. The Ten of Pentacles is where you ideally want to be. Ultimate contentment with another person, happy home, cultivating a happy life together. Nine of Pentacles, that's building, that's seeing the fruits of what you guys have already laid down as a foundation, and seeing the fruits of that foundation that's been laid out. I know you guys haven't known each other for super long, but it is it's going to really really enable things to grow in a really positive way, and yeah, set down that additional foundation. That's so important in any relationship. So this looks very good, very good, very good, Miss Sarah. I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. Sorry, there's just something in my eye. I'm just trying to get rid of it. Okay. Well, thank you so very much, Sarah. I appreciate you a lot. I hope I brought you clarity there. And with that, I am going to call it a wonderful, wonderful night. I have a class I need to go run off to. Thank you all so very much. You're very welcome, Sarah. Thank you. Yes, it all sounds very, very good. All looks very, very good. Let's see, tomorrow is Thursday. I will be on tomorrow. I don't see why I won't be on tomorrow. Thank you all again so much. Much love and light to you, and I will see you all tomorrow.